I saying?
George, I'll get right to the point. It looks like someone else has just removed the documents I'm looking for.
Huh? Removed?
The cabinet looks like it had been forced open.
That's impossible. No one could break into there.
No. Emily, there is one person that can access that room at any time.
You don't mean Thomas?
It's too early to speculate. And profiling is my job, remember? More importantly, Emily, could you get me a coffee? A fresh one if possible.
Coffee? At a time like this? Why now?
Emily, please. This is very important. Some coffee. And bring some milk on the side.
And what are you going to do whilst Emily makes this coffee?
Zach, you know something, don't you? I'm getting us some coffee. So tell me what you know.
Yeah, so it's not like even he asked Emily to get coffee so he could talk to George in private. It's just that he's lazy. What is with that light in the back? Those dots. There's like a shadow in the background that's like...
Ah, Zach, this is amazing. Even the taste of her coffee is thrilling, to say the least.
What?
No, nothing. This isn't the cup that Thomas always uses for me, is it?
I'm sorry about that too, then. I just used a cup that was nearby. You have a problem with that?
A problem? Not at all, my dear Emily. The coffee is perfect. Well, okay, taste aside, this cup certainly is perfect. George, Emily, we're going to Velvet Falls. There's something waiting for us there. I can feel it.
York, are you joking? You're trusting your cup?
No, Emily. Going to a waterfall just might be a good idea. In feng shui, a waterfall is known to be a source of power. Even if we find nothing there, I'm sure it will give us some power.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, George. And don't forget to bring a fishing rod.
All right, I'll go get it.
Fishing? Are you two serious?
George, do you have a net?
I love Emily. He's the only sane person in a town full of moron eccentrics. She's like, cup fishing? What are you talking about? And then every time York's right, and she's like, I don't understand anything about police work. It seems to just be random. But yeah, I just like the fact that York's just like, I could make my own coffee, but eh. So I think do I actually have to do some plot fishing now? Yeah, it's giving me a rod.
Zach, I hope we can catch a big one.
That's a good job I did that practice fishing earlier, so that I know how to. I know how to do it. It's quite relaxing, actually. I mentioned this when we did the fishing last time, but this fishing is quite relaxing. Well, it's relaxing up until I catch something, and then it goes full Vegas slot machine. Oh, I didn't catch anything. Okay, I thought, oh, it's not triggering anything. Maybe this is just a scripted one, and it'll just reel it in for me. But then it's just, no, you just didn't catch anything. Just keep doing this. We could have made it, because it's a forced fishing event, we could have made it so that every time you'd be guaranteed to get it, so you only had to do it the one time, but nah. Just keep fishing over and over and over again until you get it. So, yeah, I see it's the blue box there, but I do also want the present. Oh, it does it automatically if I don't press anything. Right.
Zach, this doesn't look like the documents we need. Try again.
Do I even... Oh, so I don't even get the stuff I fish out, so there's no point me trying to get the present. I'm pretty sure it's just a trading card anyway. I think all of them are trading cards. There's not many that you can fish up, but all the ones that you can fish are trading cards, I think. I might be wrong. The fishing isn't interesting enough that I ever did it more than a cursory amount. Right, there. Dang it. I'm sure Emily appreciates as well that her face is the image of failure in fishing. She gets shit on a lot in this game, and it's a shame because she's one of my favourite. I love her as a character because in anything else she'd probably be quite mundane, but in this game where everyone is insane, she's one of the best characters. She is exactly the sort of foil that York needs to just highlight how ridiculous he is. Dang it, one early. Okay, I'm getting the timing on it. I sort of have to wait until it's just about to disappear on the left. It'd be nice if you just failed this enough times, eventually George just came over and went, yeah, I did it. You took too long. Come on, stop failing. Just give me it every time. It's tedious enough that I can't. Just give it. Stupid fishing minigame. Oh. See, if I'd done some of the fishing stuff, I might have a better rod and bait. Oh, come on! As is, I have to do this with the default rod and bait, and so this is why it's as hard as it is. I bet if I'd got the legendary rod and legendary bait, this would catch immediately every time, and would be really, really easy to get the prize I wanted. Oh, come on! You went longer that time. Just give me the frigging case. I nailed that one, and it just decided to go a little bit longer. The thing that I'm worried about, I'm not really worried because I love this game. I love this game's faults. It's one of those things where I can appreciate that this game is. I can appreciate everything about this game because its faults are part of the reason why I like it. Like, yeah, it'd be better if they'd fix some of this stuff.
Something to brag about now.
But at the same time, I think the fact that
of the FBI, I'm probably the only one who fished out documents thrown into a waterfall. Don't you think so, Zach?
the fact that everything is so broken and janky is just part of the charm.
Files from a waterfall.
Oh, they were both fishing as well. They just didn't do as well as I did. Which wouldn't have been very difficult because I was really bad at that. For eternal life and eternal power, make 4 human sacrifices on rainy nights, each after eating the seeds. Make sure the sacrifice eat the seeds too before they die. The sacrifice must also not speak while they are being killed.
What does that all mean?
It's called The Legend of the New Raincoat Killer. George, have you ever seen this handwriting?
Yes. It's Thomas's.
George, I need to take these documents to Harry. He said he'd tell me everything once I take the docs to him.
But those are classified. I can't allow a civilian to view them. Especially that deranged old goat who owns most of the town.
I agree with George. Harry is... how can I put it? He might be dangerous.
You don't need to worry. You said it yourselves, didn't you? There has never been a mass murder case in this town. That means these documents pertain to a case that never actually happened. Just look at it as though they never actually existed either.
Ridiculous.
York, I'm sure you've got a plan or something in mind? Okay. You have my approval.
George, are you sure?
Emily, we need to continue looking for Thomas. Our search may just have become a hunt.
Yes, get on it. I'll go see Harry alone.
Okay.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it for myself. But Thomas?
There's got to be a rational explanation for this.
Zach, George has started to change. I think the deaths of Becky and Diane had a deep effect on him.
I guess this town truly is without a king now.
Oh. So that that was a whole chapter. Oh, that one. I mean, fairness, there wasn't anything I could really do during that chapter, but I forgot how short. Yeah, the fact that it's because some of the chapters I spent ages doing side
Let's pay
quests
Harry
on.
another visit and get to the bottom of all this.
I have to admit, I do like spending a bit of time investigating alone.
I'm getting a bit sick of being told that I'm either too slow or too fast. You agree with me, right, Zach?
Everything popping in. What was I going to say? I forgot that some of the later chapters are so short because there was one chapter that I spent so long in doing side quests and sleeping everything. It makes like the start of the game seem really, really long. But I suppose, I mean, there are chapters that are longer. Like the lumber mill, for example, is really long just because the lumber mill section is really long. Line. The only problem is with the fast travel is that doing it means that you miss out on the conversations York has in the car. But that's a price I'm willing to pay because it's such a time saver. But yeah, the plot really starts rocketing along near the end.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
Like, I'm trying to think what else is left to do. I remember events, I just don't remember the order of them. Do I have to do another stupid puzzle again? Oh, Michael's not here this time.
Looks like the next game is hide and seek. Huh?
No. So I guess this one's become another world as well. Yeah. I actually think I did remember that.
These girls, Zach. Do you see the resemblance? Anna, Becky. She looks like Diane. And Carol. Zach, look. Emily.
Also didn't mention the fact that I'm pretty sure that one is Thomas. Did mention that. Like he was like, Emily's here. So it's curious because it's like, is this a real fake painting that Harry owns, or is this just a otherworld painting that appeared? I'm guessing it's just an otherworld painting. It'd be weird, even for Harry, for him to have a painting like that commissioned. It's like, Harry, why do you have this? It's just like, yeah, gotta have a hobby. And so, yeah, but your hobby's being like a weird wheelchair dude with a magic house. Not commissioning weird paintings of things that are weirdly specific to this particular case. Cool, it's an enemy shooting section. These are my favourites. We done? He looks very, very slowly putting his hand, relaxing. He's like, can I relax? Okay. I feel like even on easy mode, this far into the game, you should be getting more than 3 zombies during that section. Alright, what do we have today? Oh no, it's another shooting section. Oh, how will I manage? I'm surrounded by 5 zombies. Only they were standing near some sort of... Oh, that one right. You got right up to me, mate. Well done. Proud of you. You get, like, a gold star. Oh, hang on, hang on. There we go. Oh, you hit me again! I am proud of you. You were the MVP of that section. You managed to get me. You managed to get me 3 times. See, you guys can do it if you try. Just not trying hard enough, really. Turkey sandwich. Yes, please. Best food in the game. So what would be cool is if these statues came to life and started attacking. I don't think they do. Oh. Let's come back around. That's the room that leads into there. Here? Nope, that's here. Then this way. It's a dog. Okay. Was that supposed to become some kind of reference to the dog corridor in Resident Evil? I like that I went in and came back out and the glass all got tidied up. Also, there's blatantly supposed to be a zombie coming out of here, but it's like hiding. It's like, no, I don't think I can beat you, so I'm not gonna. Oh no, you were in here. I see. I was just hearing you through the wall. Well, this is pretty. This is outside of that room we were in earlier. I like though. There we go, more smashing glass. I like though because it had the dog bark and then it had the sun smashing glass. But it's like we couldn't quite, even though we've got dogs in this game, we couldn't quite. There's no dog enemy, so there's nothing that actually breaks through the glass to really recreate the dog corridor moment. It's just kind of hinted at a little bit. Shot you in the dick. Yeah, see, it would have been cool if these dudes came alive, but although it would have been cool, it wouldn't have actually made any sense. Oh, this is optional, but I'm here now. What have you got? Bullets. Bullets. Great. If I had guns that needed bullets, that'd be really useful. Unfortunately for you, I have magic guns. So, no need. Page honor. Locked door. Can I toolbox this one? So the same button to toolbox stuff is the same button to turn my light on and off, which is why I did that. Oh, more guest bedrooms. Plenty of places to sleep. Oh, look at that. Nice, a toilet flare. You can't. I just love if there was a thing. There was one of those scenes in one of these games where you flush the toilet, there's an item there. And in fairness, Silent Hill 3 does lampoon this, I think, a little bit, from what I remember. But just the character just goes, no, that's gross. I ain't touching that. What is wrong with you? Resident Evil, Silent Hill 3 does lampoon that. There's a bit right at the start where you do find an item in a toilet, and I think Heather starts to reach into it, and then just goes, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. More characters should do that. These sections are so rubbish. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, is that I'm not worried, but I'm interested to see what the equivalent of these sections is going to be in Deadly Premonition 2. So they've got a new studio, so it's entirely possible they could make these sections actually good. You know. Generally, shooting stuff in games is actually fun. And, you know, maybe they could add a bit more enemy variety and... Oh, you shot me. Look at you. You just stood there. You could have got me at any point during all of that. You decided you're just going to stand there wiggling. I'm just going to shoot this dude. I'm trying to be lazy and not move. Is that everyone? Everyone dead? We good? Cool. I think that might be the last one. It's more that I just hope that it is. Because I'm really done with these sections before they even start. Like, it's just... Can we not? Annoyingly, I don't know how many more of these we have to do either.
Huh?
Emily!
At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love.
Stop!
Oh,
Zach, did you see that? I must be getting tired.
I love that, like, even in a situation where there's literal plants... See, my health is regenerating. I just noticed that as well. So the weather doll is working. In a situation where I'm shooting literal zombies in, like, an otherworldly parallel dimension, he sees an image of his dead father shooting his new love interest, and he's like... I must be getting tired. It's like, no, it's probably just the place is trying to mess with you, mate. Oh. What a challenge. How does... I mean, I suppose Harry and Michael could just do one each, or have Michael run around and do it, but, I was going to say, how does Harry do that on his own? You know. I didn't address it at the time, but I like the fact as well that Michael is... that Harry is clearly capable of, talk... like, how he's got a text-to-talk thing, and he's clearly capable of having long conversations, and also doesn't talk in rhyme. Like, the rhyming thing, as I said, was just entirely Michael's thing. He just translates everything Harry says into rhyme. And it's just like, well, why do you need Michael to translate everything for you? It's like, I'm lazy. It's just, York's just like, yeah, I understand. I get you. Hey, Harry. I like how you swiveled around like a Bond villain. And you've got a map behind you like a Bond villain.
Zach, looks like we're out of the countryside and back in civilization.
Welcome, York.
I also don't know why he talks, even though he's typing.
I brought the documents.
Many questions.
Just what is going on in here?
I warned you about haste. Take it slow. You'll lose sight of what's important if you just rush past it. As an agent of the FBI, I'm sure you know. So many people have got it all wrong. They think speed is the key. That being first is the best. They want speed and are satisfied with what the speed brings, even if it means that they miss so much on the way, they don't even see that. I see everything that they don't. From here, I see it all. Then, when the time comes, I make use of what I've seen. I can get whatever I want in this way. Anything at all.
You're certainly talkative today, Harry. But I didn't come here for a business lecture. Tell me everything you know.
Speed is not important. Timing is what is important. Timing. York, you have a natural gift for waiting for the correct timing.
Can you just turn the volume
Just
up on
be
your speaker?
careful that your haste does not ruin everything.
Let's turn it back
That will
down.
be vital to solving the current case at hand. York, I know more than you think, but less than what you hope. 1, you have Nick in custody. 2, Thomas is missing. 3, Carol has a locket that revolves around the red seeds. But that's about it.
So you've got an inside line on police information.
No, you just talk to yourself out loud a lot.
The victims' tongues were cut out, weren't they? But that's only a minor point. Don't let the shocks blind you to what's more important. That's another business tip.
Harry, I'm impressed. You gather information really well. You hacked into the FBI network, too. Amazing. But I didn't come here to hear this.
Then let us close the business seminar. It's time for a history lesson instead.
Okay.
I remember it as though it were yesterday, if you'll pardon the cliché. It was dark, raining, a foggy night. My parents, who normally got along, were fighting over something. My father was blaming my mother, it seemed. So I left the house, headed for the clock tower. There was a party being held that day to celebrate the tower's completion. I wanted to see the town from above, and so I decided to climb the tower.
Makes sense. Wasn't much to do in the
Curious
60s.
child, and saw it being constructed day after day. I'm not sure why, but I was really drawn to the tower in some way. And that's why I knew. From the pit in the theater, there's a path to the clock tower. They were just cleaning up after the party, so it was easy to get into the theater. I used the secret passage to sneak into the tower. But when I reached the top, I saw something very strange. There were soldiers there, all wearing gas masks. I moved closer and saw that they were fiddling with some kind of device. The device was emitting purple smoke outside. Just then, for the first time, the bell rang throughout the tower. I reacted with fear, left the tower as fast as I could.
Fruffalo. Yikes! I better get out of here!
When I got outside again, the purple fog was spreading. I covered my nose and mouth and ran home. I unconsciously counted the number of times the bell rang. After the 12th time, the bell did not stop ringing. It rang a loud 13th time. I got back into town to see another, even more disturbing sight. The people were attacking, killing each other, rampaging as though insane. One man, dressed in a red raincoat, was particularly strong. Anybody who attacked him was killed in an instant. I, too, started to feel a violent hate boiling up inside me. I tried, but was unable to suppress it. One word resonated through my head. Kill! 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 Without thinking, I took a branch and attacked the man in the raincoat. For a moment, I didn't know what was occurring. The face beneath the hood was that of my father, painted with an expression I had never seen before. Hatred and angst. He clearly saw me, but that did not stop him from attacking me. The following morning, I awoke surrounded by dead bodies. It wasn't raining anymore, and the purple fog was gone. I couldn't believe what I saw and what I myself had done. But even worse things were waiting for me when I got home. My mother was dead, killed, presumably also by my father. The next day, the town was overrun by military personnel. That's when the gag order was issued. Talking about the incident was unappreciated, a taboo. But even still, people stopped going outside when it rained. Country folk are very patriotic. We never tell our children about what happened. But these things find a way out of even the tightest of lips, in parts. People only speak of the killer in the red raincoat, which is where the legend of the Raincoat Killer comes from.
Quite a story.
After the incident, the gas seeped into the soil of the town. Even today, when it rains, a minute amount is released. That's why I never take my mask off when I'm outside. This town is dirty, York.
If what you say is true, then the killer is someone who is badly affected when it rains.
You need to draw the conclusions, not I. I have no conclusions.
Is there a connection between the red seeds and the gas, then?
This is just my own presumption. The seeds and the gas have a similar effect on our nervous systems. I believe someone figured that out and decided to use it. Or it could just be nature's way of getting back at us humans. York! Good news! You'll hear from George soon. They have found Thomas. I'll tell you one last and very important thing. Just as you suspected, everything I have told you is gibberish. I never hacked into the FBI server, and I certainly know nothing about the red seeds. I shall thank you for listening to an old man babble on.
Let me ask you one thing then, Harry. You're a businessman. You must be after something in return for giving me this information.
York, at times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
But that still does not justify murder.
Remember this. Everything changes in form. There isn't a single thing that can maintain its shape for eternity. Overlook this fact, you'll be making a big, big mistake.
The plot thickens. We know the backstory of the Raincoat Killer, and Harry is either lying or telling the truth. Spoilers, he's telling the truth. Everything he said was true. And also he knows the line that York's dad said before he killed his mum. But again, it probably is just that York talks out loud to himself in public, and Harry and Michael are probably just walking past and just like, did you hear that? He said, yeah. He just said everything. He's just standing in a car park talking to himself. This guy just makes this too easy for us. And if you're paying close attention, you might have noticed that Michael did the finger wag, the same finger wag that the new Raincoat Killer does. Surely that has some sort of significance. Surely. So, okay, what happens now? locked up as quickly as you could. What's up?
York, we found Thomas.
Ah, he's at his house, right?
How did you know that?
Timing, Emily. Good timing.
Whatever, just get in. George is heading over there already. Let's get a move on.
Can we not take my car? I went to great lengths to unlock
Looks
my
like things
car.
are finally starting to come together. All we need now is for Thomas to fill in the blanks in our new legend.
Also, well, I forgot to mention this at the time, but the whole thing with the files at the police station, they were supposed to be files from 50 years ago, but they were files that Thomas had written. Oh jeez, this car controls really badly. Unless he's written the note on the files from 50 years ago, I don't know. But either way. I like though that it's like, we found Thomas, where? At his house. Was that not the first place you looked? No. No, it was like the 9th. It was like the 9th place we looked. George's desk was number 8. And once we looked under George's desk and he wasn't there, we tried his house. It was like, okay, I probably should have been more involved with the search for Thomas, in hindsight. I feel like we could have resolved this situation a lot quicker. Also, it bugs me that in the sections where you're forced to drive somewhere and you can't get out of the car, they don't have a conversation to fill in the gap. I suppose it would be inappropriate for them to just start yakking away about, I don't know, tremors or something. But at the same time, it's really far to get to the next place. So I'll see you when I get there. Alright. I like that this town where it rains all the time, no one has an umbrella. Like, York has a poncho that he just magically equips, but everyone else is just content to just run around and get wet.
George, what's happening?
We received an anonymous call informing us that Thomas returned home. I sent Emily to get you right away.
No idea who made the call?
No. That's why I came on ahead, to see if the information was correct. A light did come on, but only for a second. I saw a tall male silhouette in the window. It was Thomas.
And then I stood outside
Going in.
for the last 15 minutes.
We'll be ready to burst in at any moment. Just call out.
And George's like, I got my gun too! Yeah, I saw a silhouette, and then I decided to stand outside for 20 minutes.
Side, after all. The climax of an investigation is always in the apartment.
Aw, looking badass. It's the sinister investigation tone in a completely normal looking living bedroom. The song's already finished playing. I mean, I don't think it has, York. Unless the song is in your head. Song that his sister was singing in the bar, by the way. So it's interesting that Thomas recorded it to vinyl record.
Too much noise. They're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
You haven't started the puzzle yet, stop saying that. But yeah, I like that he's like, I'm going to record my sister singing and record it to vinyl. It's like, it's 2010, Thomas. I feel like I mean, there's MP3s existed in 2010. Even a CD, burning it to a CD would have been fine. No. The profiling stuff is, you know, what it is. I don't understand. Hey, I got Thomas's biscuit. Amazing. Let's save. Just because I don't have to do that drive again. I don't understand what the point of them giving you the option of doing the profiling bit in between each clue, because it doesn't do anything. All you do is you just get like a little bit of, you can just get a little bit more of the vision each time.
Huh?
A series of boot prints. Culprit must have entered this room. Yeah, well done. It's not a huge apartment. No. Look how satisfied he looks with himself after not doing it as well. I'm just like, oh, I'll get you one day. Why? I like that, like, Thomas has quite a small apartment. Like, it's a this actually looks way bigger than... I could be interested to see on the outside how long along the hall this goes, but I like that he's got... There's a lot of questions here. The fact that his front door's there and he's got his bedroom and then his sort of sitting area in the... Do I need a shave? No, I'm good. In the front hall. Like, it would make sense if this was a one-bedroom apartment that all of this would be in one room. Like, he's got his bed, he's got his sitting room. No TV. What does his furniture point at? And then his kitchen. This must be a connecting door. This must be a separate apartment, because there's another kitchen with another fridge. What kind of madman has two fridges? The kind of madman who go around killing young girls. These respawn. Ah, no they don't. If there's one thing she takes good care of, it's this mannequin. She values her costumes, I figure. Oh, so is this supposed to be Carol's apartment? She really doesn't tidy up after herself. Shoes found in the bathtub. They're wet, which means the person didn't have time to take them off. What? I mean, they had time to take them off. They're there. They're not attached to Thomas. That's how you know that he had time to take them off. Go on then, let's do the profiling. He took the shoes off. He had time to put on different shoes and then put the shoes in the bathtub.
Thomas wants us to look around for him a bit more. So there's more to it. Kind of like the bonus footage on a DVD. I hope it's worth watching. Don't you agree, Zach?
George? What was that noise? Damn it! We need to seal off all routes out of town.
No need for that, George.
Huh?
If he was going to leave town, he would have done so by now. Which means he's still got some unfinished business.
See, that logic's faulty. He's like, if he was going to leave town, he would have done so by now. And which means he's still got some unfinished business. So, yeah, but what if he has now finished that business and is now going to leave town? It's like, oh yes, I hadn't thought about that. You're right. You're entirely right. Yes. Sorry. Why did the lamp break? I don't understand that. That was just, I guess, York's deadly premonition kicking in again. It's like, the lamp broke. There's more to this than meets the eye. Like a transformer. Man, that car was not that fast when I was driving
they heard
it.
what I said?
We don't have to make a fuss. Thomas isn't going to leave town. That gives us plenty of time to find a way to view the bonus footage.
Oh. Oh, it's the spooky hour. Where does it want me to go? Trading card there. Where is that? Oh. I guess it wants me to go to the bar. I suppose that makes sense. Can I just fast travel there? Is my car even here? Did they really not bring my car along? Dang it! Bloody Emily. Driving me along. Yeah, so when it rains during the spooky hour, the zombies come out. Alright. Can I fast travel? Nope. Wants me to drive. I guess either there's a conversation in the car I need to have, or it's gonna do a spooky thing. It's entirely possible. Oh yeah, it's completely closed off the town as well. There is one thing it could do that I haven't actually seen yet.
So,
oh, no, there we go.
Where shall we go next?
Okay, that was pointless. Don't give me the prompt to talk unless you're actually going to do something. Well, you shouldn't spawn in front of my car then. They do actually do quite a bit of damage when they pop up, unfortunately. Ooh.
Is that Anna?
Okay, well that was the thing it wanted me to do. It wants me to chase after Anna. Well, so obviously ignoring the zombies. I don't remember where she actually takes me. Unless she just takes me to the place I was going to go anyway, in which case this seems kind of pointless that they did this section. But I suppose it's... pretty. Hang on, so I got a stitch. Oh yeah, murder birds. I forgot murder birds were a thing. There's another type of enemy as well that hasn't shown up, and it seems weird to me that they sort of concentrate these two enemy types to this particular, like this area of the game. Well, not this area of the game, but going out at night during the spooky hour, and so you don't really see them very much. Because they're easily ignored, much like the zombies. Why are you... I mean, this music's lovely, Anna, but could we take a direct route to where we need to go? You've just taken me in a loop. Bloody ghost. So inconvenient. Yeah, we just came down here. What's up, murder birds? They're ineffectual as well, to be honest, the murder birds. I think they only really get you if you stand still. There we go. Now we're going the right way. Again, this is where I was heading anyway. This was the location on my map that it wanted me to go towards.
Huh?
What up, Axeman? Would this be a bad time to ask you some questions? I meant to say ask you some questions, but I just said ask, so it just seemed like a really like a random thing for me to ask you. I could have used axe then again. I'm bad at axe puns, as it turns out. Oh. Well, that was exciting. Back in the game. Well, there's no way he'll get through that flimsy wooden door with that axe of his. So, time to have a smoke.
I almost became a goddess of the forest myself. Although I think the look might suit me. What do you think, Zach?
I think you're alright, York. We're in another Otherworld section. They really do clump together when you don't do loads of side quests in between. Then again, if I had the money to buy a huge mansion and also I just owned 90% of the town and I just had money left over because I was just so rich, I would probably do stuff like that as well. I'd be like, I'd invite my friends over and be like, oh, you have to make your way through the labyrinth.